Hey, welcome back to another episode of Split Screen Gamers, where a couple nerds talk about video games. And first of all, Happy New Year. Happy 2026, baby. This may be the last year before AI takes over, so me and Chandler are going to go super hard this year. Speaking of, we got some new news to announce about the channel, and then we're going to get right into it. We got, so Nvidia is going crazy. That's kind of goes hand in hand with this whole, the end of the world thing. And then we also want to go briefly over what we're excited about for the rest of this year, game releases, etc., and see if you guys have anything you want to share in the comments. And then lastly, we want to talk about this new Red Dead Redemption 2 mystery. The fact that Rockstar is that good at just putting out mysteries that you find, we're almost at, 8 years since the game's released, and we're still finding things, and I still have yet to convince my roommate to play the game. In that and much more here on Split Screen Gamers. Now, without further ado, put your headphones on, get your drink ready, and let's get active.
Your weekly power-up of video game news, updates, and industry buzz. From blockbuster releases and indie gems to hardware drops, studio shakeups, and everything in between, we break it all down. This is Split Screen Gamers.
What's up, bro?
What up, dude? How are you, David? Dude, it's been a minute. Bro.
It's been a minute, bro. It's been since 2025, which was when's the last time? I think the last. That makes it sound like it was so much longer ago. 2025, bro. It's like back in my day, brother. We had to hike. We had to hike to the podcast. We didn't have no microphone, bro. We had to actually talk inside of a cup and capture it by the power of God, and somehow get it on YouTube. It's like, bro, that's what our fathers were doing when they were trying to do a podcast back in the day. Oh, you know how they used to use vibration to build the pyramids? That's how they recorded podcasts in their day. That's how they like to make it sound.
they had to literally build 3 pyramids to make sound work. Absolutely.
When we shared our ideas, we had consequences. You guys just get on there and post anything.
Yeah. Freedom of speech. What was that?
Chandler's dad just walks in and he freaking RKOs you right now.
Oh my god, dude.
Dude, Happy New Year, bro. I said that to you, right, already?
Yeah, man. We say I think I sent you a message and said happy New Year's and stuff and whatnot, and then I know you sent one back, and then you also sent one to our Split Screen Gamer group chat.
Yeah,
page
I remember.
And stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I'm always about sending messages out to all my friends and being Happy New Year's.
You're really good at that,
dude. I appreciate.
You're really
that.
good at that. I remember when. You say happy birthday every year. You say Merry Christmas every year. You say Happy New Year every year. You also say Happy Valentine's Day, which I don't know if you should do that one, but you say that every year.
I do not.
You go Happy Valentine's Day, baby. That's what you text me every February 14th. I'm looking forward to it in a few weeks, honestly. Actually, that's literally a month away from today. So if I don't get that text from you, bro, we're quitting the podcast. Speaking of quitting the podcast, guys. Crazy segue.
Jeez, that's
crazy segue. We actually just wanted to say, if anybody's out there watching and you're like, "Oh, where's Chris?" Chris, Chris is doing his own. If you guys don't know, Chris is a good friend of ours. He's the homie. We love him to death. He actually edits a lot of our stuff, constantly. But outside all of our films. We're all filmmakers outside of this. And Chris is a avid and very talented editor, and he's so good, in fact, that he's always swamped with work. And it's just something he's really good at. And I think, he voiced to us a few weeks ago that podcasting wasn't really his thing and that he just doesn't think it's really suiting him. And me and Chandler had already kind of been like, you know what, maybe Chris is not interested as we are. And we were completely okay with that, but we wanted to give him the time to speak that, and he did. And so Chris will not be joining us anymore, but I'm sure he'll come back again, dude. It'd be so funny if Chris came back in, but he was just playing the game with us. I feel like he'd be great at that. Just we're just playing a co-op horror, and it's just Chris in there. But anyways, Chris won't be coming back. There's obviously no pressure. People can do what they want to do. Me and Chandler don't feel any type of way at all. Because we wanted Chris to be here on the show, but only if it's fun for all of us. You know what I mean? I would tell me if I'm speaking for you, but I feel like we all feel that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Honestly, you should always do what you want. You should always do what you want to do. And especially since if you like doing it, then you're having fun. So if you're not if you are doing it and not having fun, then why are you doing it? So always pick what you want to spend your time with, because time is limited. So 100%.
Actually, dude, that's a
100%.
really good quote. Always pick where you spend your time because time is limited. And we start looking at time like a currency, then like
Yeah.
it becomes a lot more apparent that we need to be a little bit more selective on where we spend it. I love that, bro.
Especially at our age, bro. Thanks, man. Especially since we're both gonna. I mean, you already turned 30.
Hey,
I have.
don't do me like that. Don't do me like that, bro. I know we're 30. That's not old.
Especially, hey, I'm gonna be 30 in like 2.5 months. So, hey, like, just like like that like self-awareness, the older you get, like the less time you have, so it's just spend it where you need to, and stuff like that. So
are you gonna do anything for your
man.
30th, man? I felt like you did your last big birthday was like, you told me you
5
have a
years
rule
ago.
about that. Yeah, it's every 5 years, right?
Yeah, dude, like some big old happy birthday every 5 years, kind of like a milestone thing and stuff.
I remember the 5 years ago when you did your birthday thing, you got super lit because you were doing those Jaeger bombs like over and is that what they were?
Yeah, they
You
were
were just drinking. Go ahead.
Yeah, the sake bombs.
Sake bombs,
Sake
bro. Chandler
bombs,
was
yeah.
turned up, bro. He did like 4 sake bombs at the restaurant, and like
Yeah.
was just going down. Pause.
Which,
But
by the way, I'm for people out there watching this video, I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink at all. Like
he doesn't.
I
He
drink,
doesn't not drink.
I don't like it. David one time offered me a drink during his 30th, but I was like, I'm good, dude.
Yeah, Chandler
I
doesn't drink.
appreciate
For him to bomb like 3 or 4 sake bombs is like insane. But anyways, you guys do not care about whether we drink or not. What you care about is video games, and so we got a lot to talk about. And I think first and foremost, dude, we get into what we're excited for this year, video game wise. The overall state of the releases this year, and just kind of like let's talk about what we anticipate, dude. Let's go down the list. I have a few off the top of my head. I know you do, but I'm curious. Like, first and foremost, what's the first game in 2026? You're like, I'm buying it day one.
David, you know what I'm looking forward to this year, bro. You know exactly what I'm looking forward to. That'd be Dragon Quest 7. The second time they've remade this game, by the way. This is not the first time. The first time was on the 3DS, and they did such a good job with it that a lot of people prefer the 3DS than the OG, and there's a reason why. There's several reasons why. But I'll get into that later. But the second one is definitely gonna be like my number one choice for game for 2026, solely because they are actually cutting down some of the content from the OG version and stuff. Because if you don't know this, David, Dragon Quest 7 is the longest length of any Dragon Quest game of all time. It will take you about 100 hours to beat. So, like, that's the story, by the way. That's not the side content. That is strictly the story. It is a long game. So
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, dude, it's the OG, the PS1. It's long, but what the developers over at Square Enix are doing, and I think this is smart because I feel like if you play the OG, there's a lot of filler, and it's like, man, can we just get to our next destination? To like our pretty much the game is kind of episodic in a way, but like overall there is an arching like story and stuff. But there's some moments where I'm like, ugh. Like, can we just like not like play through this like at all? Like, can we just get to like the next important like main story beat? So they're cutting down a lot of content, which I'm excited for. But I'm excited to play this game because I've been playing the demo that came out this month, and dude, it's so good. It's so good. And the great thing about the demo is if you play the demo and let's say you buy the full game, you can carry over your save file into the full game and get some extra like in-game items too and wardrobes. Pretty neat. But I'm excited.
That's pretty cool, dude. I mean, Dragon Quest is right down your alley, dude. I actually have another like kind of game that I didn't expect I'd like so much. I actually played it here on the channel. If you want to check out the video, it's called Karn. I played it through. It's like a hiking game that I played or climbing rather, but it's where you can control every limb, and you play as a girl who's like trying to. She's like in a kind of like a. I don't know how to explain it. The story wasn't, but it wasn't really. It was in the demo. It wasn't explained too well, but or it wasn't really. It was hinted at a lot, but it was really actually like surprisingly super intense for a climbing game. I did not expect it to go in that direction because when you're climbing, you control each limb, but like you have to hit good footholds and like good arm holds and hand holds. And if you are weird in a weird direction, like she starts to pant, or like she starts to freak out a little bit. So and you can the controller vibrates and like very tense, and then you can like collect. You can find landmarks. You have to. There's resource management. There's opportunities for you to camp out, find mysteries. It was actually really super fun, and I love the art style of it. So I'm excited for that. That comes out on the 29th. So I'm actually going to probably hop in, play that on a channel, because I really miss playing stuff here on the channel here. And I actually think, by the way, I might not do it, but a little tidbit. I think I might switch to streaming instead of doing videos, because I'm excited about live stuff. But yeah, dude, Karn, that's what I'm excited about, bro. Can you see this, Chandler?
Yeah, I can see the screen, bro. By the way, I am tempted to pick up that game too, because like the fact that they even added like when she gets like nervous and stuff and like stress, I'm like, that's such a nice little tidbit, because I feel like that's how I would be, or you would be, if we ever did mountain climbing and stuff.
Well, she's a professional climber. You should go play the demo. It's free,
dude.
It's like 30 minutes.
Do that. Yeah. Okay. I might
check it out.
I might do that soon. So heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah.
Now the true test of might here will be when we hit the that freaking, Can you take a guess?
Yeah.
The true test of fear is when we hit on the channel whether or not I'm gonna play the
David.
Resident Evil Requiem, dude. I like the gameplay. Okay, I'll say this. Can I be honest for a second?
Yeah,
I watched the gameplay of that like thing chasing her, I was like kind of like a little unimpressed compared to Village.
Yeah.
It seemed a little like slow paced or something. I don't know how to describe it, but I remember just being like, okay. But I feel like they're trying not to give too much away, which I feel like we're so used to getting, the hype is always so much for us. We're used to being hyped that we forget that like some of the best games like Clay Obscure, the trailers for the Clay Obscure, just like you get into the game, it's like way better. You know what I mean? Everything Everywhere All at Once. Incredible movie.
Oh, yeah.
Trailer doesn't tell you anything. Oppenheimer don't tell you anything. Like all these great pieces of art don't really tell you anything. So Resident Evil has been good for like the past 3 games, so I expect nothing less. I wasn't too impressed with that demo. But I know they're going to kill it, knowing that we have some special iconic legendary characters coming back, knowing that we're going to be able to switch characters and actually play as Leon and like actually defend ourselves, and then have like the survival horror aspect. I think it's going to be horror game of the year. I think all the streamers are going to play it until GTA 6 comes out and destroys everything. But yeah, I'm excited. Are you going to pick that up?
Dude, so I'll probably focus mainly on Dragon Quest 7, like Reimagine, mainly for February. But I am tempted to pick up Resident Evil Requiem, because Requiem comes out like a few weeks after Dragon Quest. But I don't know how long it's going to take me to beat Dragon Quest 7. It might take me the entire month. Who knows?
There goes the camera again.
Oh, you're good.
I'm just gonna just keep rolling. You got it. Don't worry about the camera.
Yeah, I hear you, bro. But honestly, there is another game that is fitting in between February that I'm definitely wanting to pick up. And I played the first one when it came out for PS5. It was an Xbox exclusive, which I'm glad that it was ported over the PS5. Thank God. I might be picking up High on Life 2. Dude, High on Life 1.
Oh, dude, that's something I really want to play, actually.
Dude, it's so fun. It's so good. Now they don't have Justin Roiland coming back because, well, real life controversies there. But I think they did a great job with the DLC for High on Life 1 that I think it works without him and stuff. Plus, they got the guy from Smiling Friends to come on board again to voice some characters. I think he has a good like character like cartoony kind of like sounding voice. Like he can do like a whole bunch of different like little voices and stuff. So I'm excited for that, and the humor is always great with the first game and stuff. And I'm sure it's going to be the same for High on Life too. So 100%. Oh, another game coming out in February, Mario Tennis Fever, dude. And I have a Switch, bro, so that is definitely going to be the next Switch game that I pick up. And dude, there's not a lot of Switch games that I want to pick up solely because I can get them on the PS5 or somewhere else. So, but I'm excited to pick up Mario Tennis Fever, dude. So, but we'll see, man. We'll see, dude. But
dude,
what about you, bro?
So let's see. So Mario, first of all, are you playing Dragon? Is that coming out on Switch?
So I'm playing Dragon Quest 7 on PS5.
Got you.
Because it's just the better hardware, dude. Like honestly, it's just the better hardware overall. So I only pick up games on a Switch if I can't pick it up on a PS5 or anywhere else. So
Got you.
that's why, man. That's why.
The thing I'm curious about, to be honest, is I'm curious about this on March 19th, Crimson Desert, dude.
Ooh.
Like, have you been seeing the gameplay of that?
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It looks good. It plays well. And the world that it's set in is like supposedly massive. It's huge. It's a huge open world game.
I know, and they've been adding some sorry, I cut you off. I know I've seen some. They've been adding some freaking like Elden Ring type mechanics to it too.
Yeah, dude, I might be picking it up that month, but I honestly might be picking up if the reviews are good, because they might not be. But if the reviews are good for that new John Carpenter Toxic Commando game, kind of reminds me of like a little bit of Left 4 Dead and like Next for Blood and stuff. I might pick up that, but we'll see, man. We'll see.
It's all pending the reviews, man. We've been getting some weird stuff this year. Now, look, a day one for me is easy is 007 First Light, because I've always been a big fan of 007 games, despite them usually being like a step backwards mechanics. They kind of remind me of, I'll be honest, the 007 games kind of remind me of Hitman, where they're like almost intentionally a step backwards as a style. What I mean by step backwards is like not always the smoothest walking or stealth mechanics. Like, the Hitman stuff is always kind of funny. It's always kind of like, it's kind of a humorous aspect to the way the mechanics work, in comparison to something like the stealth inside of The Last of Us, which is like super smooth and like trying to be realistic. Hitman is like, in 1 second you're crouched behind a wall, and then the next second you're like walking with the straightest posture ever known to man. And you know what I mean? And then 007 usually has some like older mechanics, like duck to like cover, like hit covers with square or something like that. We'll see how it goes, but I've always liked him. I like him. I don't care. There's something about playing as James Bond that's just cool, dude. I wish I was him. That's all it is.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
Can I? Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Can I tell you a secret, bro? Like about the whole James Bond franchise. I never really got into James Bond, but I've always loved the games. I've never gone into the films really. Like, I've seen Casino Royale, I've seen Skyfall, I've seen Tomorrow Never Dies, I've seen Doctor No, but other than that, like, I'm not like the biggest fan of like the film franchise, but I've always been like a GoldenEye dude. I grew up with GoldenEye, loved it. I played like a bunch of the other James Bond games, and this one that they're coming out, like, it looks solid. It looks pretty good, and I'm honestly might pick it up. It kind of reminds me a little bit, but in a third person aspect of that Indiana Jones game that we got. Like, it
man,
has
I'm
that
still getting
same
through that,
energy.
and I'm having a lot of fun with it right now.
Dude, it's such a great game. I love how, and like, this is a side tangent, but I love how like your skill tree is dictated on like what books you can find or what articles you can find within the game's world. I was like, that's such a cool mechanic. It
really is
awesome. But dude, we're getting we might need to play this the Halloween game. We might need to play
okay,
that.
so tell me about that. That's in September. Like, what is the Halloween? I remember? I don't think I remember that, dude.
Dude, so it's kind of like in the same veins of the Friday the 13th game. It's kind of in the same veins of that. It's kind of like, the Evil Dead.
Okay, yeah, we gotta play it.
I think we've played that. And yeah, it's the same veins. It's just, a bunch of like different characters trying to survive. But yeah, dude, like the Halloween game is just in that same vein, and it looks fun. And I mean, I'm honestly tempted for us, like you, me, and then Chris, talking about bringing Chris back, like having
he'll play
like,
that with us.
Dude, 100%, man, 100%. So it just looks fun, and I'm excited for that. But the biggest dog of all, dude. The big old November release that we all know is coming, hopefully, is GTA 6, dude.
I'll believe it when I see it. Now, that's going to stop the world when it releases. And we've talked about this, but yeah, I mean, if that's not the most anticipated thing of this year, then what is, like, I feel like, look, it's so funny. We're on IGN's, or is it, yeah, IGN's, like, it says video game release dates, the biggest games in January 2026 and beyond. And like you get all the way, they got April, May, September, and then you get to November. It's just GTA
Yep.
6.
It's
No
just
one wants to mess
nobody-
with that conglomerate.
No, your
Look,
game will fail. Like
It
if
will
it's
fail,
released
bro.
around this miserably.
I think
Like,
it.
do
I think
not
it's
even try.
yes. I think it's funny too because they don't even mention December after GTA 6 comes out on November 19th. There's literally not another game. You can't. There's undeniable. That's undeniable aura for Rockstar Games. Like they literally they put the game out November 19th release date. Yeah, if you have a game that's coming out anything after November, push it back or move it up. Like I
Yeah.
bet. Even Halloween, the game is coming out right before Halloween. Like more than a
Yeah.
month before Halloween because they're like yeah, GTA 6 is
We're
probably
not
going to take
risking
over
it.
Halloween. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we're not risking it. Like there's like a 2 month buffer zone between November. There's going to be like almost zero game releases around October, November, and December solely
Now-
because like people are like, oh, go ahead.
Yes. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's just that's like an atomic bomb in November. That's what it is. It's an atomic bomb. It's like if
100%.
you like took all the testing that the U.S. and Russia did and combining into one date. That's literally GTA 6 right
Yes,
there. That's
100%.
how powerful it is, dude. And an interesting thing to note, since we're on the IGN list, it is actually not coming to PC that time. So it's only coming from coming to PS5 and Xbox, which I find interesting because, you think, oh, it's going to come out on Steam. No, some games usually wait till they for a while because of exclusivity rights and stuff before they're
Yeah.
ported to PC and stuff. So interesting thing to
I
note,
never knew
by
that.
the way.
I know that Red Dead
Yeah.
took a minute to come to PC, so I guess that's kind of like Rockstar's
Oh, yeah.
forte. But that
Oh,
is
yeah, dude.
surprising, being that they're not an exclusive company. It's different when The Last of Us comes on 5 or 6 years later or something. But
Yeah.
GTA 6, you think it'd be a day release? I mean, that's just more sales, right? Or the thing is, though, is GTA 6 is such a big game that if you have a PC, you're going to go back to your console just to play it. Period.
Oh yeah, dude. Solely for this game. And honestly, if you're like me that has a Switch, a PS5, and now a Steam, which we'll talk about the Steam story here in the next segment, but crazy times. But you're definitely, if you can only get that game on either platform, you're gonna get that game on that platform. So
Yes,
definitely-
100%.
So, but yeah, no, I'm excited for this year in terms of games and stuff, and I'm really looking forward to making sure that GTA 6 comes out in November. Dude, what if they push this again? Could you imagine that for a second? What if they
Honestly, yes,
actually-
I can imagine it. That's the thing, is they've done it twice, if not more than that,
Yeah.
right? So it's I can definitely imagine it. That's not too far off for me. It really, at this point, I know some people are it's not really 50-50. There's 20% of the population that's who cares anymore, which I
Yeah.
think they're all just kind of bull crapping. I feel like they definitely care, but they're oh, what I like, because when it comes out, you're gonna play it. But there's
Oh,
this
yeah.
other, then there's this other 80% that is oh my gosh, they keep delaying it. I want to play it so bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say actually that's 70%. Then there's 10% of people like us who are I'm in this camp where I'm dude, I want to play it so bad, but I'm not mad at them because Rockstar, if you played any Rockstar games, you should know that they never miss. There shouldn't be a concern
No.
on it. They're gonna push it back, and that means it's gonna be even better. I've already had like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't want to get too much into it, but I already, my theory is that I remember I went to the midnight release of GTA 5, Cleveland, Tennessee, dropped in, got the game, midnight, went home and played until 4 a.m. and I had school the next morning, and I did not get caught. I don't know how my dad actually let me do that, but anyways, played until
Yeah.
4 a.m. And I remember trying to get online, servers crashing, PlayStation network crashing, it was all types of stuff. And I feel like what they're doing right now is And what happened is like all the things that they promised in the online ended up releasing like within the next year and a half because they didn't expect the onslaught. Because despite Rockstar's wild success, GTA 5 was their most successful game ever. And I think even for them, it was unexpected. People were anticipating that game so much because their trailers said so much. Heist online, like you can own your own house online. Like they did everything that like people were mimicking in GTA 4. People were mimicking that stuff in GTA 4 online, and so they did it, and like and so the hype was so real, they couldn't reach the demand. The servers were out, like they literally didn't have enough servers. And so what I think they're doing now, I know people think they're still polishing the game. I bet a little bit of that is happening, but I think now they're just like amping up on servers. They're amping up, making sure that they can release everything at once. That's my theory. I think they're putting out the online, because the online's huge, first of all, so they got to make their money back quick, and they got investors to answer to, and so they got to make their money back quick. And GTA 5, it was great, but GTA 5 online was once in a millennia type of game. So once in a decade. But yeah, a millennia is crazy.
Dude, it is. Dude, could you imagine like what games could look like if games are even around in a millennium for now? Could you imagine that? Like how crazy, like right now, like us saying this, and then like, you know, if immortality is a thing.
I mean, once in a millennia is like, we might be like on some Black Mirror type stuff at that point. Like the games are actually like Ready Player One, but even more.
Yeah, like dude. Wow. It's just my brain is just like thinking about all these like crazy things and ideas and stuff. So trying to like formulate it into words, but yeah, dude, it'd be crazy. That's all I'm gonna say. It'd be crazy.
It would be.
By the way, I heard a theory about GTA 6 where they're like function ready. They're not fully content ready, but they haven't even reached bug-free ready. So that's something to point out, which those are like the 3 stages of game development that has to be met before they release the game and stuff. Which I don't know if you know that, David, because that's something I learned recently.
They said they're not bug-free ready?
Yes. They haven't even tested out
crazy.
all the bugs. Dude, they haven't even tested out all the bugs. Could you imagine like how many bugs are in this game that they've just programmed for years now that they haven't even figured out how to fix? Could you imagine that for a sec? That is insane. Dude.
The amount of like work that Rockstar puts into their games is just like it's actually in a lot of ways. Like for someone like me, it's actually I don't understand it.
Yeah. No,
I'm so detached from game development. I mean, I hear that Rockstar, even to like the top game developers, is like an enigma.
Yeah. Well,
they're just like, how?
Well, them and Valve, dude. Honestly, like if you research Valve, they don't do internships. They hire like people that are professionals. They don't do like entry level jobs or anything. You either like know somebody that's really good at their jobs, or you don't know somebody that's really good at the job, and the job becomes a void essentially. So, and they don't release games hardly ever. They actually take their time with their games too.
Yeah.
So, it's just no. But Rockstar, like, there's some things that I'm like, how are you guys getting away with like making these like animations work? Like how? Like it's just like how is my PlayStation not caught on fire? You know,
just the sheer scale of GTA 6 is like, yeah, the bugs must be. I feel like that we're talking like thousands of bugs potentially, and they're just like
hundreds of thousands, maybe.
Yeah. They're like going through it, and they're like, okay, yeah, and they're like, you're so right. Like that's probably, I bet what the part of, in the development that they're in right now is like development hell. Where it's like they're 100%. Just like, we're no longer being creative, we're just fixing it we're just polishing it to the point of perfection. When the game comes out, we're gonna see it, and it's going. GTA 6 is gonna be the best game ever. Like it's just like they just do it all the time. It's just going to happen. But anyways, dude,
and to think that Rockstar used to release like 2 to 4 titles every year. Remember that, dude? Like back in the PS2 era, PS1. Dude,
I wasn't old enough to realize that. That's what they were doing.
Yeah, they were releasing games like every year. Now a Rockstar game we don't get until like a decade later.
We might
Crazy
have
time.
like bro, we legit might have only 4 Rockstar games in our lifetime.
Yeah,
Four
yeah,
more, which is scary to think about. But the way that they're releasing
dude,
games right now, like, well, maybe like more a little bit more than 4 because they do kind of have this like Red Dead
a
Redemption.
second team.
Which yeah, they have a Red Dead Redemption
Yeah,
team, and like so that's probably going to come out like 2013 to 2018 was the timeline for Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 5. So
yeah,
what is that? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's 5. So roughly every 5 years we're getting 2018. Well, actually, I mean it's been more than 5 years since Red
GTA
Dead 2.
5.
So it's been
Oh
eight
yeah,
eight
that
years
too.
since then. So yeah, now we're looking at like we're gonna. I bet like probably 6 or 7 years after GTA 5, we're gonna get like a Red Dead or some sort of new. If they're doing that medieval game that everyone's been rumoring about,
Dude, I'm
we're gonna
curious
get
about
that.
that medieval game, dude.
I would like
I'm
to see a
kind of
new IP from them, to be honest.
yeah, yeah, because they've done like modern day like in the streets. They've done westerns. They've done high school. They've even done like what else have they done? I think those are like three main ones, but they haven't done anything of like not a fantasy setting, but like medieval times. Like it could be high fantasy, who knows?
I
But
feel
they
like
haven't
that's
really
the only
done
natural
something like that.
progression because they have done a period
Yep,
piece. They did do L.A.
they have.
Noir, which was
Oh
honestly,
yeah.
honestly, honestly, L.A. Noir would be like a new L.A. Noir would be cool. Like a better,
Dude,
like a more upgraded version of that would be something I'd like to
dope.
see what they do with nowadays. But honestly, I feel like that's a one off for them. To be honest, like I feel like because I played that game and it's amazing. It has Rockstar written all over it. It actually, what a weird sidetrack for them. Have you ever thought about
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that game.
Because
Go ahead.
oh, go ahead. No, go ahead, bro.
I was just saying like that. Kaden just came in, my fiance.
Hi. She's
And
making a cameo.
he said you're making a cameo.
Oh,
And Church, my cat's making a cameo. Come here, buddy.
hey,
Come here.
what a kitty.
He's not mad. He likes
Meow.
Kaden. He's gonna bite me in a second though. Good boy.
Really?
No, he's good.
Aw, that's cute.
Um,
But yeah,
yeah, dude.
you were saying, David?
No, I was just gonna say like, like that game was amazing, and I might just go back and replay it because what a it was kind of had this it was fantastical in its own sense that it really captured this like weird Hollywood-esque 50s era, and it had like the weird it had an uncanny aspect to it as well with
Yeah.
the player design. What I feel like LA Noir is like the weirdest little sidetrack out of all the Rockstar games. It's the oddest sidetrack aside from that table tennis game that they made. But even it's not
Yeah,
the
they
table
made that table tennis
right.
game.
The table tennis game though is like
Dude.
kind of cool, but like LA Noir is it's hard for me to like really I don't know how I feel about it because I loved it. I liked it. Like that part is enough, but I don't know where it fit. It just feels like they were just like, yo, listen. I feel like some new cat came in and was like, I got this game, and everyone was like, Rockstar was like, yeah, let's do it. It didn't fit the tradition of
mold.
Rockstar. It didn't like the mold that they usually do, which is satire comedy. Like it was like dead ass, just like a dark
Yeah.
game about a guy like a cheater cop who is really talented, like and cheats on his wife, and it was like
Yeah.
a really interesting sidetrack. And I almost want to see it just for the sake of seeing what they do with the world now, but more so than not, I'd rather see a new IP. I want
Yeah.
to see when they said medieval Rockstar, I thought immediately like Game of Thrones level, but Rockstar's
Yeah.
perfection. Now that
Like their take on it. That's interesting.
imagine Rockstar medieval game where like you can like buy dragons and stuff, or like get dragon
Dude.
eggs and like nurture them and like that'd be dude.
What if the dragon just like is witty and sarcastic too? Could you imagine that? Like what if like the dragons could talk in the game and shit? Like that'd be kind of goofy and funny. I'm thinking like Baldur's Gate 3 almost right here, dude.
I can't even
I'm thinking
picture
about
what they do.
Dude, that'd be wild. And plus, Rockstar, like, I mean, I know we've been on this one segment for a while, but I want to just say, David, but Rockstar, they're from England, so they could set the medieval game in England in medieval times and stuff. They could honestly just pick England as like the setting and like have us
That's
like
true.
pretty much like travel around like the England countryside and visit all these castles, but like change it to where everything's like a high
Yeah.
fantasy and whatnot. So
I like that
it's
too because they have if they keep the quality rubric of Red Dead Redemption 2 with the horseback, because they mastered that. Like they've done the car thing,
yeah,
they've gotten really freaking good at the car thing, they've done the horse thing,
yeah.
they got really freaking good at the horse thing. So like they've done the shooting thing really well, like shooting other players. Now if they can get down like sword fighting stuff, that would be amazing. Now imagine if they were to able to like master like mass like knights in armor,
Dude,
foot to the ground, like hand to hand combat, sword to sword combat. Like that would be
that'd be dope.
crazy. You
That'd
know,
be dope. Dude, the mechanics to make that work, like it would almost be like that climbing game that we were talking about, bro. Like think about it, like your stamina is dictated by like actual real life statistical data of like actually trying to swing a sword and like carrying around a shield and wearing all that armor. Like that'd be insane. I still say this about GTA 6, and I don't know if you remember this, but I think they're gonna add a mechanic where like you can steal a car, but if you like let's say you get knocked down or you forget about it, you could lose your keys, so you can't even like turn the car back on. Could you imagine that for a sec? Like that would
yeah,
be
I remember you mentioned that to me.
insane.
That would be cool, dude. Look, everyone knows that we've been look, I can't wait for GTA, so we can talk about that all
Dude,
night.
same here.
But
Same here, bro.
yeah, but I wanted to pivot. You brought up earlier before we hopped on the podcast about Nvidia and the crisis that's going on. Like, so if you don't know, like Nvidia is just like, I don't know if you like, we haven't said this, but I remember in like 2014 or something, I had some extra money and someone told me to buy some Nvidia stock. Great move, and I never sold it. And
There you
great,
go. There you go.
great move because Nvidia's like might be might start the new world order. They're easily, I think they're going to become like, they might be like the highest grossing company ever, like here soon. Anyways, they just been selling like crazy up to the point where like their GPUs are now looking at like, they're talking about the next one being like 5,000. There's been a huge lack of a huge demand, rather, and a lack of supply of GPUs and CPUs and all the above. And it's just like, man, here we are. The video's on top of the world. Tell me more about it, Chandler.
Dude, Nvidia, I told this to David before we hopped on this episode, guys, but if, let's say, hypothetical, Nvidia just goes out of business, our economy would pretty much shrink. Our economy would kind of like take a huge dip because Nvidia is one of the most profitable companies in the world right now. They might be more profitable than Apple or Microsoft. Maybe like Apple. But yeah, Nvidia is crazy, and it's insane that they started out as a GPU company. Like they design GPUs for your computer so that way you can like, create like, higher intensive like graphics for like 3D models and stuff, or play like video games and stuff. That's what their core mission was whenever they first were founded back in like, I think the late 80s, early 90s, somewhere around that ballpark. I know more about Apple's history than Nvidia's because I'm a recent, I guess you could say I'm a recent like Nvidia follower because of because of something I'm going to get into this segment with David and everybody. But yeah, Nvidia is just buying up all this RAM and just taking all this RAM and have made deals with ChatGPT to like create more servers so that way AI is the way to the way of the future. Honestly, it's just the way of the future, and they need more servers to generate more AI content.
Yeah.
And like me and David, like we've talked about AI before, bro. Have you looked at Higgsfield AI? Have you looked at like Higgsfield?
Yeah, bro, you have
Dude,
no clue. I use Higgsfield
Dude.
every day.
Really?
No, no,
Holy cow,
we haven't talked about this. But we can
shit.
talk about it off the podcast. But like, I use it every single day, bro. I have to show you some stuff I've made with it. It's kind of wild.
Dude, I want to see, bro. I definitely want to see because I've been slightly using Kling AI
Yeah,
right now.
it's too good.
And Kling's crazy too. Like I actually watched a video today where somebody was trying to like, imitate like different actors and actresses from Stranger Things, and they just recorded themselves, with a webcam like what we're doing right now. And I kid you not, like I thought it was real. I thought it was extremely real. And the funny thing is, dude, about all this AI, like especially video, it's another form of animation. That's what it is. It's another form of animation.
It is.
And it's like taking all these images, compiling up into a data, and like creating like in real time what they would look like in the right lighting setup,
Right.
or the right environment,
Right.
and stuff. It's just another animation
Or VFX
style.
tool. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. VFX, dude. Like VFX artists are gonna be AI artists, like
100%.
100%. Like,
Yeah.
You're not gonna be like the most traditional VFX artist anymore. I mean, I just did a VFX job recently, David, that took me like for one of them like a few hours and stuff. And I'm like, man, I really want to use like cleaning or stuff, but I don't know how they would feel about me using AI because AI is still a touchy subject, and
Yeah.
stuff where it's like people don't want you to use AI because, well, it's not easily controllable. Well, right now it's on the footprints of getting there. It's at the bottom steps, but it's still, it's eventually gonna get to the level of like versatility and like controllable like options that we're hoping for in the future.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, AI and Nvidia are gonna be the next big things for the next decade or more. Now, I've been telling David this. I'm a recent Steam user. I have never been on Steam. I haven't been on Steam honestly like in the past decade or so, maybe. When I say never been a Steam user, I've never been a hardcore Steam user. I've always been on it because of Valve's games like Team Fortress 2, Portal, Left 4 Dead, Half-Life, like all those games. Incredibly fun. If you don't know me, other than like my love for JRPGs and Rockstar, I'm a big Valve gamer. I'm also a big Blizzard gamer, but that's because they ported a lot of their games to the Mac, and I got to play a lot of those games on the Mac. So
Yeah.
long story short, but I've been using this new service, and David knows about it. And when I sent it to him, he was like slightly blown away. He put a heart emoji on it. I mean,
Well,
seriously,
I
like,
really want to try it. You're acting like it's the best,
Dude.
game streaming that you've done yet. So now I'm like, okay, let me check it out. Like that sounds kind of nice to me.
Dude, and you can play it anywhere, bro. You can play it like on your phone, on your iPad, on a smart TV. You can play it anywhere. That's the incredible part. And dude, so I'm getting a little, rumbled. I haven't been like this mesmerized or just like this kind of just like epiphany moment since like AI first came about. This is the second time this whole cloud gaming, with Nvidia's cloud gaming. So Nvidia, like for the longest time, have had GeForce Now in beta. Now it's in more of a more public state, so like more people can like get access to it and like utilize it, like me and like several other people. So if you don't know me, like I said, I grew up with Valve and Blizzard, and I really wanted to play some of Valve's games on my MacBook. Well, the problem was a lot of those games are Windows based, and well, I just spent like a lot of money on this Mac, so I didn't really want to build a PC that was around the same price tag.
Exactly.
I was like, you know what, I'll just wait for the Steam machine. Well, with this RAM crisis right now, Nvidia, the Steam machine might be $1,000+ plus, and I'm like, man,
The Steam machine's gonna flop, bro.
It's gonna flop. There's no way it's gonna be a success. It
Yeah.
might be one of those things you think about like the Ouya, but the Ouya was a different story, and I'm sure like Steam Machine will be way better than the Ouya, but yeah. But going back to GeForce Now, I
Yeah.
tried it out, and there's a lot of stigma with there's a lot of stigma with cloud gaming. It's usually not considered the best way of playing your games because of input latency, which I get, especially on like competitive like first person shooter games or team based games. You
Yeah.
want the best latency ever. Well, GeForce Now, and I talked to this with my buddy Morgan. Basically, Nvidia has figured out a way to like figure out the pipeline from the game on their servers to your device, and it's incredible. It truly is outstanding, and they'll send you like a session diagnosis of,
Question:
like,
How much
well
is
your
it?
game
That's the
performed.
big question.
Okay, so there's 3 tiers. There's a free tier. Do not use. Do not buy. Just don't do it. Don't do it at all. It's terrible. It is no. Just do not do it. There's performance tier, which is like $10 a month. I still wouldn't even use performance tier. What I use is the ultimate tier, and it's about $20 a month. Now, granted, the first month that I bought it because it was around December time.
Yeah.
It was like $10 off, so I got it for like $10 that month.
Yeah.
And dude, was it freaking sweet? Like I was just like, holy cow! But yes, I would
Is
go
that
for
clean?
ultimate. Try to. Yes.
What
it is
games
that
are on
clean.
there
It's-
though? That's the question. Like,
Dude,
how's it
okay,
compared to like something like Xbox or the PlayStation streaming?
So the thing about Nvidia is right now they have like above like 5,000 titles. They have a lot of titles on there right now. Now, granted, that's not like that's not even like a 25% of what Steam has. But the thing is, every Thursday they add new games to it. They always add and add and add and add. So it is growing. But what the games they do have, bro, they have Clair Obscura, they have Arc Raiders, they have like all Blizzard's titles.
Yeah.
They have like I don't think they have. They might have The Last of Us Part 2. They might because it did come to Steam. They have.
They have
what
Arc
else? What
Raiders?
else? They have Arc Raiders. They have
Oh, snap.
Borderlands. They have all the Age of Empires games. They have all the Total War games. They have like just a bunch of games. They have World of Warcraft on there.
Sick.
They have a lot of heavy hitters, dude. And the thing about like getting your game on GeForce Now is that the publisher has to agree to allow it to be on GeForce Now. It's kind of the same way of like porting a game to PlayStation or Xbox or Steam.
Yeah,
It's the
straight
same
up.
principle. It's the
That
same
makes
principle.
sense. Yeah.
But dude, I've been playing Marvel Rivals, and so I'm on the Virginia server. So, short story, I was on the Georgia server, and for whatever reason, it kept like crapping out on me. I don't know why, and it wasn't like my router. I think it's something to do with like the congestion because of how many people are trying to get on the Georgia server, and the Georgia server, along with like 4 other servers, are very popular right now apparently because their latency is even shorter. You can get like latency that's like 7 milliseconds.
Dang.
Well, I'm getting like this Virginia one, and I'm getting like around 17 to 19 milliseconds of latency, which even then you can't even notice a difference. You can't even tell like between 7 and like 17 because that is so low.
Yeah.
Of
I mean, it's
latency that
millisecond
hard to
anyways.
tell. Yeah, like you can't even like tell, and anything considered like 40 and like or less than 40 is amazing. Like it truly is. Like it really is great just seeing that, and like you can view like your frame rate, your latency, and all that stuff in the in-game app settings. David, I need to send you a video that I sent to Chris actually because I explained my setup, what I did, everything. But going
Yeah,
back
I want to
to
see that.
this
That's
thing-
very interesting to me because it makes me want to see like that is the type of thing that would make me want to get some sort of like. So if all the processing power is
on a
offloaded,
server.
yeah, on a server, then that's something that like I would, because if it's really good, then it's like I don't play a lot of competitive games, so like for me, latency is not really a problem unless it's unbearable. And what you're saying is like it's barely noticeable. And so that would entice me to not go for a ROG Ally or something and actually get some sort of game that is or device that's like dedicated to streaming and have GeoForce on there, because I know that I can just like use that screen and access it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's honestly one of the main mission statements for launching this whole cloud-based gaming service, was that for people that can't afford or don't want to spend $5,000 on a gaming PC, well, just
Like, can I use my
pay.
iPad?
Yeah, yeah, you can use your iPad, you can use your iPhone,
I can use
you can
my
use a
iPad?
smart TV. Yeah, yeah, dude.
Ooh,
Like,
I might
you
have
can
to
use,
try it.
yeah, dude. Yes, you absolutely can use any device. You just download the app, you hook it up. Now, I would recommend an Ethernet cable, or if you have like an incredible like Wi-Fi router, like a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi router, definitely use that. But for me, it's Ethernet, and dude, I've had very minimal problems. Like, there might be a hiccup there like once or twice during a game session, but
Yeah.
overall it's been great. Another thing to note is that you get like 100 hours per month, which isn't, I mean, I don't think I would ever spend more than that, honestly. Now, if you like, let's say you didn't use all 100 hours,
Yeah.
you can like carry over like 15, the max is 15, but like 15-ish hours over to the next month and have an extra addition of like hours. But also too, like, your game sessions are like 8 hours long, and let's say like you quit your session and you want to take a break and you want to come back to that same game, and you're thinking, oh, it's gonna be like 5 hours more that I get to play that game. Well,
Yeah.
it isn't. It actually restarts the session to 8 hours. So it's like, I think it's just for them to like make sure like everybody kind of like gets like a fair share of like exclusivity, especially if you're on the ultimate plan.
Yeah.
Also, if you're on the free, you get ads. Don't do it. You just don't do the free at all. Just avoid that. Get
Ads
the
sounds
ultimate.
miserable in video games. Why would I ever want
Yeah.
ads in video games? I can manage that with YouTube videos, but like not video games.
Yeah.
I can manage it on Netflix and Hulu, but not video games. I'm not doing it. That's cool, dude. I might have to try that out. Like the fact that I know you recommend Ethernet, but that makes it a little bit more. Well, even offloading it from my actual PC, like laptop here, like it extends the longevity of my laptop because
Yep.
all the processing
Yep.
power is not. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
it's not.
I'm interested in that.
Yeah. So if you have like a potato machine, dude, like a literal potato, and you hook up an Ethernet cable, but you have GeForce Now, it plays like a 5080 somewhere.
See, now that is
there's-
interesting. Like that
Yeah.
is super interesting, especially if I can, just buy maybe I just if I'm fully committed to the GeForce experience, then it's like boom, I'll just get like a $300 computer with a nice screen.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, like, you could do that. Like, if you could, like, because I'm kind of tempted, because I play most of my GeForce Now experiences is on my MacBook.
Yeah.
Because that's just how I prefer. And plus, I play, like, a lot of, like, strategy games and RTSs, so it's good
Yeah.
for keyboards and mouse. But I'm tempted to, like, buy me, like, a big old monitor and have more screen real estate. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
But,
Well, dude, last but not least, I think, you had mentioned that there's a new Red Dead Spiderweb mystery, right?
Yeah.
And I'm curious. First of all, intro this because we're going to watch a video here on the channel. We're going to react to it. But what is this? Because the fact that we're still finding Red Dead Redemption 2 Easter eggs / secrets inside of this game, 8 years down the road is like beyond me. So what is this you're talking about?
So some guy, Strange Man, has been uploading like Red Dead content for, I believe, years now. But he recently uploaded like this new series of videos about this new mystery inside of the Red Dead like universe, or inside of like the open world for Red Dead 2. And a lot of people are trying to like figure it out, and he's like constantly updating, trying to figure out like what it could mean and stuff. And it's just an interesting watch, because you're like, what does this all mean? Why was this even put here? Like,
Right.
what is this leading up to? So the dude's just been going around just trying to piece together like the game and stuff. I will say in the video, he doesn't really narrate. It's just mainly like just text on the bottom of the screen and just explaining what
Yeah.
has happened step by step. But it's just an interesting watch.
Let's
It's
check
just
it
like,
out.
You kind of wonder what it's all about. So
Yeah, I can't wait to see what. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the type of stuff that GTA is doing. GTA 6 is doing right now. They're adding crazy stuff like this.
yeah,
Let's watch it. Regarding the spiderweb mystery,
Yeah,
they're talking about the spiderwebs on the light poles.
yeah, dude.
I'm curious about this, and I wonder how they discovered it. He's gonna take it from the beginning.
A very strange
Yeah.
man. Yes? Give flum, give flum, give flum.
By the way, the strange man.
I remember the strange man.
Yeah,
Yep.
dude.
They always have a mystery. Mount Chiliad was the first one that blew my mind.
Yeah,
Oh. If we overlaid it on the map, the legs lead us to 8 spots. No way.
yeah, dude.
See, this is the type of stuff that that freaking Rockstar does.
Yeah, dude. Imagine like the puzzles and mysteries in GTA 6.
Yeah,
Like,
especially in Florida.
Oh man, I wonder if Florida does have like urban legends and stuff. I'm curious.
They probably do have some creepy ones, honestly. Swamps and stuff.
Oh yeah, alligators.
Yeah. That's kind of wild that lined up like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is another mystery they threw in the game to like Mount Chiliad that means nothing. I think that's just they're trolling the gamers.
Yeah. Ooh.
Wait, was that a reach?
Maybe.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. Yep.
Wait. Okay, this is
Yeah,
blowing my
dude.
mind.
Yeah, dude. Just keep watching, buddy.
They discovered this late in the game. I bet Rockstar's biting their teeth trying to let us figure this out. Or like not tell us this is happening.
Dude,
Fort Wallace.
Imagine. Yeah. Dude, imagine being a developer for Red Dead Redemption 2, and you're like, oh yeah, we put that puzzle in that game. I just completely forgot. Holy
Right.
cow.
Right, and then you can find the guitar.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Oh my gosh. It points us this way to the tower. No way.
Yeah, dude.
Found the next step. What did it say? Oh, finding number 7 found the next step. No way.
Yeah, dude.
Two birds. So we're just piecing the pieces together right now.
Yeah.
Points us to giant birds nest nearby. Wait, how'd they find that? Oh, giant's bird. Okay.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of birds. Yo, if you're listening to this right now, wait, what the heck is that?
There's
That's
a
a question mark?
dude. Yeah. Which I
No
originally
way.
had a theory about that. I had a theory about that because it'll show you next. Like after we're done like visiting them back on the map, so it's out of bounds. You can't even reach it.
You can't reach it.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, guys, go watch us on YouTube at Split Screen Gamers Cult Culture YouTube channel, because this video is actually kind of bonkers.
Dude,
Fans in the
it
comments
is,
and emails
like,
pointed out the clues for a mirrored question mark. Oh snap!
yeah, dude.
No way.
Yeah, dude. You know, Chris told me about this too.
Of course, Chris did.
Like all three of us are obsessed with this game, but I feel like out of all three of us, Chris is the
100%.
one who's the most obsessed.
What'd they find right here?
Easy. Another question mark.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, so it's still forming a question mark. Previously, Rockstar was giving us clear directions. So how did the question marks lead us to the next clue? That's the thing. We have to look at the mirrored question mark on the map. Oh, right. So we need to it looks like it leads us to the loft. So he's following the idea that it's a mirrored question mark, trying to form the whole question mark. Here's what's really creepy. What do you mean creepy?
It's gonna be good.
Guess I'll settle down one of these days.
Guess I'll settle down one of these days.
These days, dude. What great voice casting too.
I know, right? A damn Morseville telegraph key. Huh. But after checking the map, this prop appears only in the loft. So how do we proceed? Alright, that's the question mark right there. A stranger mission would be awesome.
Dude.
Oh no.
Which, do you think the stranger might be the devil, or do you think he might be like the in-universe god?
I think he's... I always thought he was the devil, or like some sort of ushering people into the afterlife.
Yeah.
Oh. What the heck is this? Oh, I forgot about that place.
By the way, Verizon just came back on. If
Nice, let's
anybody
go.
out there doesn't know, Verizon was out all day, so it was really annoying. Holy cow.
I don't understand.
Of course you don't. You are an American. Science is far beyond you. But you make a fine buffoon.
That's the location of Marco Dragic Stranger mission.
By the way, fun story. So I started this quest line with Arthur, but I ended it with John. And the continuity was the same.
What if the question mark hints at a stranger mission and it's Marco? That would be awesome. Wow, I'm blown away by this.
Dude, it's good. And apparently he released like another one recently. So I'm kind of curious what else he's found.
some Rockstar, like you said, some Rockstar developer whose his job was to do this was like, I'm just gonna confuse the heck out of these people like Mount Chiliad.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna like completely forgot that I did this. It was like, oh, you found out what I put like, 7, 10, 12 years ago.
Morons!
That's so fun that they let players do this stuff.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, this is a good message. Ignore the trolls and have fun with what's likely our last RD2 before GTA 6 mystery.
No, but I did.
Cool. Yeah, good video, dude. Good video.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that one. Hopefully they figure that out.
Dude, I wonder what it leads up to. I'm curious. I wonder if it's something like you or me or Chris have like come through and stuff. Like we came across it, but we didn't think twice about it, because that's the thing about Red Dead 2 that's like amazing. Like just truly incredible is like a random object you see or an NPC you randomly pass by could actually mean something.
Yeah.
Like 100%, dude. 100%. So, but I'm excited, man.
Yeah,
I'm
me
excited.
too, bro. Well, look, great first episode of 2026,
Yeah,
dude. We did it. Welcome back to Split Screen Gamers. I'm excited to do the rest of the year with you, bro. We got a lot of stuff
Same
coming
here, bro.
up. More
Same
stuff
here.
on the channel, more gameplays, more things to chat about. And looks like there's no releases in the summer, so I'm sure we're going to have a really, really interesting showcase of different directs from PlayStation, from Xbox, from Nintendo. Maybe at this point we'll get another one from Steam. So, yeah, I'm excited. Hope you guys are excited. Chandler, anything else to say?
Man, I just want to make this a great year, bro. Great year for gaming, great year for us, great year for everybody out there, our friends and family members, dude.
Let's do it.
So, let's do it too, dude. Let's do it to it. So, heck yeah, man.
All right, guys. Until next time. Peace.
See ya.